WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. And once again, I have something special. This time from Wolfburn. I'm in Scotland. This is the Wolfburn Distillery release from the stills, summer 2020. 46%, non-chilled filtered, no color added, and this is actually something you should only be able to buy at the distillery, but because of COVID, they decided to release it also online. So £55, which I think is a very fair price for this. Whiskey base number 163137. Now, the special thing about this is it's lightly peated. So we're talking 10 ppm, parts per million phenol. And we have a total of 3 casks that they used for this. It was 1 bourbon cask, and it was 2 quarter casks. Once again, we have a total of 555 bottles, just like we did also for the Me games that were postponed. Also 550 bottles, also here 55 pounds. If you bought them together as a set, it was actually 99 pounds, and you saved basically 10 or 11 pounds, which I did, and that was very, very nice. So I'm not the peat head, but I have tried the Northland from the Wolfburn Distillery. It was okay. I have tried the Aurora, which was the sherry cask, which I did not like. I tried the Morven, which was peated, and I liked the best. And I'm a little bit surprised about that. All right, so starting way back in 2018, in the spring, summer, autumn, and winter, they actually had a separate releases, 4 releases. In 2019, I only found 3 releases for the summer, the autumn, and for the Christmas. And for 2020, I only found 2 releases, which was the spring release and now the summer release. So, as I said, 550 bottles, 3 casks, 1 bourbon cask, and 2 quarter casks. Now, the peat is with this fairly strong, at least for my very delicate nose. It's a honey with a lot of smoke on it. Now, imagine you were in a log cabin, and imagine a gust of wind came in and blew out the fire. And all the smoke that would come up from that fire, that's what you're getting here. It's not a cold smoke, but it's a campfire type of smoke moment, and it filled the room. And I remember once we were at my grandmother's place. She was apparently gone. I don't know. My stepfather tried to make a fire in the fireplace and forgot to open the flue. And so the flue was closed and the whole place filled up with smoke until someone came in and was like, open the damn flue! I know, our kids, I was like 6, maybe 8. Come on. I didn't know what was going on, but I do remember not being able to breathe. And that's the type of smoke that we have here. All right, so the nose doesn't really do it for me, but that's me personally. All right, let's try it. I have high expectations. This whiskey here, it's the perfect summer whiskey. I actually gave this like a B, which is a very high grade for me. So let's try this. The honey just takes over the graininess. Yeah, I'm in the forest. It's October. There's a little bit of a fog, maybe like drizzle, and the leaves have started to fall, and it's just a perfect fall whiskey. Oh, I was just transported back to that moment in time. This is actually very good. Once again, surprisingly good. 5-year-old. This was a 6-year-old. Now, we got a couple people here at the distillery I'd like to mention. We have a guy named Ian Kerr. He's the distillery manager. He worked at the Blenmanach at the Glenlivet distillery. He's responsible for a lot of things. We have 2 fairly young distillers. So we have Enos McIntosh and Charlie Fraser. And we have Paul Collins, who's the brand manager. Now, the guy I've talked with twice, you can watch a video of him on my channel, was Mark Westmoreland. The guy's got so much energy. He's so excited about what's going on up there. And it's very, very nice to see. And they actually have a distiller apprentice, and his name is Max Paul. So you can read all this on the website. So I'm going to do something fairly pretentious. I'm going to pull out a big boy here. This is the Highland Park 18-year-old. So I've actually poured it already. That's left over from my German video. So I'm going to pour a little bit more. This is like 120, 115 euros over here. So this is not cheap. This is a fairly expensive bottling. At least it's became fairly expensive, at least here in my neck of the woods. And I'm sure in the States it's not much cheaper, or UK either. So it's all that Viking stuff, and you know the drill here, right? So I'd like to compare the two of these, because I personally think that this 5-year-old lightly peated whiskey here from Wolfburn is better than the 18-year-old Highland Park that most people have tried and have claimed is excellent. Now, this is much, much better than 12-year-old. I like this a lot. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to try this, nose it first of all. It's got a very sweet nose. It's got some old oak in there. And then we have more of a burning newspaper type of a smoke here. The nose really doesn't do this for me, all right? So nose in this is much, much better. Let's try it. There's also some sherry casks involved here, which we don't have here. It was an expensive whiskey. The pinky goes up. Not bad, not bad. Especially towards the end, it gets a little rough on the edges, to be honest. A little bit of a sawdust type of moment. The tannins, 18-year-old is not in first fill. It's used cask and so on. There's a lot of casks that go in the batch. I have actually the 2018 batch, by the way, for Europe. So that's okay. Now, tiny little bit of cleansing the palate. This is like a C++, B minus type of whiskey, all right? So more of a B minus, all right? This used to be like, wow. And of course, you learn you try new things, you learn stuff, you recognize things, and you notice sometimes the older batches might have been better than the newer batches, and so on and so on and so on. As I said, the nose is not really doing it for me here, but the mouthfeel, creamy, oily, thicker, viscosity. The whole experience from the beginning to the end. This is a treat. This is better than Highland Park 18 in my personal opinion. Come on, guys. You're doing a great job. Watch out, Highland Park. Wolfburn is going to nibble on your market share. You're producing a couple million here. I think 1.3 million. They're producing a tenth of that, basically. But still, wait and see what's going to happen. This is actually a great thing. Thank you. I'm going to give this a solid B as well. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to give it a B minus. I didn't like the nose. Got to punish that nose. That nose is a little bit too woo. But the creation of the spirit, the harmonization of those 2-quarter cask and the 1 Burma cask together to create this pristine 550 bottle bottling is just amazing. Now, Highland Park, the batches, they have hundreds of barrels probably. They go into this 3. And that's, of course, the difference of what you can use, what you can pick, and what you can choose from. But hey, we are at the moment in life where we can go online. We can buy this bottle, hopefully be able to send to us according to our state, local laws, and we can enjoy something like that. And it's being offered. And please use these offerings. Don't worry if if the websites are okay or not. If it's from the distillery themselves, I would like to guarantee you, I can't, but I'd like to encourage you to trust these sites. I've had wonderful opportunities here. I don't care if it's Glen Scotia's doing it. Glengoyne has a sample pack they just put online. Wolfburn had these bottles out here. Many other different distilleries are putting bottles up on the website as well that you can buy and have sent directly to your door, at least over here in Europe. And you get some awesome stuff that you could otherwise only have gotten at the distillery yourself with a lot of effort, because this distillery is in no man's land. If you're way down in Glasgow or in Edinburgh, it's a 5-6 hour trip up to the north one way, which for Scotland is a long, long journey. All right, value for money still a solid C. I am pleasantly surprised. Thank you very much. Okay, Whiskey Jason here. My question of the day is, what is your favorite lightly peated whiskey? It could be an Ardmore. It could be a Highland Park. It might actually be a Talisker. Do not say Octomore. That's not lightly peated. But actually the Wolfburn here, their summer 2020 release is very good. Thank you very much. Whiskey Jason here. Like, subscribe, tell others, share this video on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any place you can do. That'd be much appreciated. And you can always contact me at whiskeyjason@gmail.com. All the best. Bye-bye.